Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Yesterday, on the 28th of February 2023, there were a lot of drones in Russia flying over Russia and attacking certain kind of targets. I'm talking about inside Russia, not on the occupied territories or the newly annexed. And some they were in St. Petersburg. One was 50 miles from Moscow. The other one was on the Sea of Azov. The other one was by Sochi in the Black Sea. And obviously, you think this is the Ukrainian army doing this. Well, the Ukrainians come and say it was not us. Then who might that be? Is that if it's not you, was it the United States of America? Was it Great Britain? All of the above? Because you can say, well, it was not me. Well, if you didn't conduct an attack, who did? You can say, well, the partisans. The partisans. So if they say I didn't read the article. Here's an article I'm going to read with one of these little weasels telling us that it was not Ukraine. Again, who was it? Oh, if it was not Ukraine, that means all this was planned, conducted, and by the United States. Then you're correct. So let's see what this guy is saying. I have two articles saying the same thing. Basically, this is from the New Voice of Ukraine, and this one is from the Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, blah, blah, blah. If you know what I mean. I do know what I mean. And my friends from Eastern Europe, who are a little bit older, they remember how we used to listen to these guys as being God's word. And they were financed by the U.S. State Department and other weasels, FBI, and so on. Yeah, it was great. The New Voice of Ukraine, March 1st, 2023. President's office denies Ukraine involved in recent drone attacks. Explosions across Russia. Look at this weasel. Okay, Podolyak. You don't look better either here. Anyway, you're beautiful. He said that Ukraine is not striking at Russian territory, but is waging a defensive war to liberate all its lands. And I'm quoting, Ukraine doesn't strike at Russian territory, end quote, he said. And I'm quoting again, Ukraine is waging a defensive war to deoccupy all its territories. This is axiomatic, end quote. Ooh, you have, look at that word. Did you break your tongue when you said it? Anyway, the advisor also called the launch of drones internal attacks. And that are manifestations of the process of panic and disintegration in Russia. So he's claiming that the Russian people get fed up with Vladimir Putin, who has an approval rate of what? 79, 80, 81, 82, whereas Biden has 41 currently, and the other world leaders like Trudeau, the communist, has 39. Olaf Scholz is like in the 20s. The other guy is Sunak of Great Britain is in the 22. But anyway, this guy's is panic and disintegration. This is just to try to create this. It could be, I'm not saying it can't, but I think the possibility is 100%. The probability is 5%. I think it's more probability here in your country, Sunak and Biden, all that, when you have an approval rating below 40 for most leaders, or around that, 30 and so on. That means you don't have the majority to rule, and you still do whatever you want. And I'm quoting, panic and disintegration process are building up in Russia, reflected by an increase in internal attacks on infrastructure facilities by unidentified flying objects, Podolyak said. On February 28th, there were a series of mysterious explosions and other incidents involving unknown drones in various regions across Russia. On the night of February 28th, the authorities of Belgorod, Russia, reported the downing of 3 drones. Later on, an oil terminal was attacked by 2 unidentified aerial vehicles, end quote, in the Russian city of Tuapse, that's by Sochi in the Black Sea. A large-scale fire broke out as a result of the explosion. St. Petersburg declared a Kovyor, end quote, alert because of an unknown object in the airspace above the city. The Russian Defense Ministry later said the alert has been a quote-unquote training exercise. Yeah, okay, try not to create panic, I understand that. And in Moscow Oblast, south of Russian capital, about 50 miles, a drone crashed near a Gazprom facility. I know they tried to create, Ukraine in this case, tries to create panic among the Russian population that anyone can be a traitor. Maybe you, maybe you, maybe you. That's gonna be no. You don't keep them united. That's how you push them to the side. It's like, for instance, here in the United States, when they tell us that that race and that race and that gender and that gender, and then we do equity and all that. How do you think that unites people? No, it creates internal tensions, because say, what do you mean? I didn't do anything. Why should I pay for that? Well, because that guy says so. And instead of focusing on the puppeteer, you focus on the puppet who's used. And that's how the way we are. But the same here. No, it was not us. Yes, it was you. I mean, I'm 99% certain it was you. Yeah, with the help of, not the help, because you're all together. I should start refusing using the word Ukraine or Ukrainian army. I should use, I don't know, as I started at one point, the good army, the good people's army versus the evil, because that's how these guys are trying to make us think in a biblical way or a religious way. That's the fight of good, which is us. We self-ascribed as good, and they're the bad ones because they do bad stuff and we do only good stuff. We bring democracy, freedom, love, and You want to see Iraq? Go and check it out. Or you want to see Libya? Go over there. Democracy is at work right there. Oh, by the way, Yugoslavia again. I mean, you can look around in history, but these guys are. But don't look back. I tell you what to think about us. This is what you should think about us, and this is what you should think about whomever we want to at that moment. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think this is just a way of trying to get the Russians look around their shoulder and, hey, you're not my friends anymore, and something is going on, Putin is losing. You have to put things in perspective. Whereas they kept saying, well, Russia is losing. Well, Russia is not advancing. Did you take a look on the map? Did you look where the whatever Russian troops are located? Where the Ukrainians are? Do you know? Look at the territory. It's not, I mean, it depends on what kind of a deadline you put. You, again, assign somehow the deadline. Oh, they expected to do it in 2 weeks. It would have been in the 2 weeks if not the whole 50 states jumped on Russia. Yeah, it would have been. It was in 2 weeks. Remember, the Ukrainians met the Russians like 5 times before Boris Becker Johnson landed in Kiev and told them, no, stop, time out. Stop talking with these guys. We're going to give you everything. So I think that was the decision when it was made between all the collective West and Ukraine. We're going to give you. We do it, let's go. I think that was the point. Because they met 5 times from February 24th until Joe Biden, Boris Becker, showed up unannounced overnight in Kiev after the Ukrainian delegation returned from Istanbul, after they spoke with the Russians the 5th time. They came home, the guy showed up. The next day they say, that's it, no deal, we're not talking to you, we're done, we're going to just fight and all that. There was a decision made like overnight. And it's very, very suspicious. We're going to find out in a few years when some brave investigators will dig in and will have the courage and will have the go-ahead green light to publish the reports. Right now, I'm pretty sure there are people who already know. I mean, they are the ones involved, obviously, but there is information over there. It's just not, they don't allow us to get to it at this point. All right, that's what I think it is. But it will come out little by little, like with everything else. Things that they lied about in the past. It depends, The same. Look at JF Kennedy, the assassination. It's still sealed. Some records. Why? Because they don't want to say it was them, them. Why are those all the major people who are involved in all that investigation and all that? They're already dead. So what are you covering? An institution? Or the mob? Who? I mean, all this BS. And remember, My only point, no, I have two actually, at least the main pillars on the Kennedy's assassination is physics, and physics don't change according to your perceived reality. Physics change as they are. They don't change as they are. They act as they are. You don't change them. So if I take this right here and I drop it, it's going to go here. It's not going to go wherever I want it to go unless I push it that way. The same thing. I look at the ballistics, I look at the bullets, I look at the body, how it reacts being shot. And you tell me that came, all of them, from one spot. Bam, bam, bam. Really? Look at that poor guy's body, how it reacts being shot. In the back, mind you. I mean, from the back. But hey, we're supposed to, that's one. And the other one is, look at Kennedy's policies on international arena, financial and nuclear. And you're going to find out a lot of people who love to have him out of the game. So this is it with these guys. It was not them. Well, it's okay. But, when, what's his name? President Clinton said, remember, he said, I did not have sex with that woman. Well, I don't think what she did to you is considered having sex, so, but the question would have been differently. Did her mouth touch your thing at any point in your life and beyond? I know, I mean, you're not the same here. Okay, it was not you, maybe you, Podolyak, or the Ukrainians, but was it on your side? Were the Americans? I mean, that's how you have to come with a list. Was it the Germans, Americans? They say, no. Why? Because you didn't ask the question right. The question should be, because they say, no, it was not only Americans. So the answer is no. It was the Americans, French, and Germans. So I have now to think about next time, so it was Germans. No, it was only the Germans and Americans this time. So I'm going to answer no to that one. I mean, you know exactly smack what I want to know. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.